How to find the right house for you in Utah moving forward and making a decision. Whether that is upgrading your home into a dream home, buying your first home, or knowing if you're going to buy an investment home. We're going to be going over what are the first steps, what do you need to be thinking about, and how to jump into this and get started. All coming up in this video. Hi, my name is Jenny. I am with Real Brokerage. Let's get in touch and talk more, get to know me more, hit that subscribe button and that bell for notification. I post a video every week talking about all things in Utah and real estate. But until then, you guys, let's get into it. Most people just don't know where to start when they want to buy a home. Number one is either reaching out to a lender or a real estate agent. Now, real estate agents also know really good lenders, and lenders know really good real estate agents. I'm a really good real estate agent, so hopefully you reach out to me first and begin to have this conversation with me. I will come in and sit down and talk about your situation, whether you're buying, selling, listing, and or both, and go over the numbers and what you need to have happen, and go over what needs to happen to be able to sell your home, what needs to happen to be able to buy a home. We'll get in touch with the lender and talk about numbers. You need to understand what your credit score is, your debt, and your down payment. We'll sit down with the lender and we'll just need to know what your debt is, your debt to income, the credit score, and what your down payment possibility could be in buying a home. Now, I usually send my other realtors in my team out to go show the homes because they're wonderful people and they can show you around. I have videos talking about the nooks and crannies of what you should pay attention to in buying a home. I get you set up in a system where I'm always there holding your hand, answering the questions that you need to know about what's going to happen on putting an offer in and negotiations and inspections and appraisal, and how to know what home I want to buy and what's best for me. I always tell my clients that about 85% of the time I know what you want in a home based on the conversations that we've had, so I can begin to show you homes. Looking at homes, you're really only going to look at probably 6 to 8 homes at the most. If a realtor knows what they're doing and knows what you want and your budget and your price range and what's affordability out there for you, because it gets complicated. It gets hard to know what type of homes to look for because they all get mushed together in your brain and you can't remember what one's what. I know that's definitely true for me. Searching out location is a really important thing for people to know where they want to move. Does your job have an effect of where the location is going to be? Does the pricing have an effect of where you need to live? Do you have schools that you want to be near around? I got plenty of videos on my page highlighting all the different areas and locations within Utah County. We're going to be spreading out more into Salt Lake County and talking about those cities as well, and knowing what's the best city for you and demographics in the location that you want to be in. Now, listing your home also is the situation of understanding the demographics of the area that you're in and knowing when to sell that house. Everybody wants to say, what's the best time to sell a house? Well, that all depends on your job, your placements of school, the time of the year, is it summer, fall, winter, or spring, to knowing what I'm going to price your home at. All of these factors are taken into consideration. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do is to find out the price that your home can sell for, and then using my marketing program that I have already set in place to making that happen. A lot of people are looking for homes on other no-name market websites. Zillow is one of them. Don't look at homes on Zillow. Redfin's one of them. Don't look at Redfin. Don't look at Realtor. Realtor.com is not bad. I have my own personal website, jennyrealtor.com. One of the best things to do is tap into my resources that I provide, and that is get an automated system sent to you every day with homes that you might be interested in. It doesn't have to be every day. It could be once a week. It could be once a month. It could be multiple times a day. It could be the second that the house gets listed. I have that ability to send you homes anytime that you want based on your criteria and what you're looking for. The benefits of working with a real estate agent versus not working with a real estate agent. If you're a buyer looking, let's say if you have a seller, we always know that if you don't, I always say we always know, but statistically, if you don't work with a real estate agent, they say that you could lose up to 20% equity in that home based on the fact if you're not using a real estate agent. Now, people say they don't want to pay a real estate agent commission, but let's talk, sit down and go over the numbers and see if it makes sense for your situation. Because my goal is not my commission. I wouldn't be in business if that was my goal. My goal is to make sure the situation makes sense for you and moving you on to the next chapter of life. That is my favorite part, in watching people's dreams become a reality, and that I took a tiny part in that and making it happen. Because numbers are my strength, I sit down and go over the numbers and talk to you about them and see if it makes sense for your situation. Benefit as a buyer's agent. Let me tell you a story, okay? A story that I have with a buyer. They were a listing, so I sold their property and then they wanted to buy another property, and they had cash that they were using from the equity of their home, and they were learning they wanted to retire and move down into a smaller home. So they had a good chunk of cash. The listing that we went to look at was listed by what's called a flat rate realtor, which means the realtor is only offering a certain amount of services, which means the commission is much lower, which means they're not going to provide a lot of things. And one of those things that they did not provide is a price comparing. They let the owner price the home the way they wanted to price it. So I went in, my clients could clearly afford the home, but then once I did my pricing comparative analysis, which is something I always do for my clients before they purchase a home, I noticed it was about $25,000 difference than the home value market gave it. So I had to use that skill and negotiate. Do you think my clients knew that that home was $25,000 above market value? Absolutely not. If they had not had a real estate agent to be able to actually walk them through this, they would have lost that $25,000. So I was so excited that we got to save them that $25,000 and get them the retirement home that they were looking for and save a chunk of change. It took my abilities to negotiate with an owner who had set that price and knew that that's the price they wanted to be able to bring them down and say, look, you should take this offer. It's a cash deal. It's a good deal, but it's $25,000 less. And let me tell you why you should take it. That's my job. I love negotiating. I love being able to help people see that I'm not trying to do them wrong or diss them, but this is what's in their best interest. Okay, that's my job. Let's talk about the actual process of purchasing a home. Okay, if you're wanting to find the right home in your situation, the actual purchasing of it takes tours, takes looking around. I will put you in my system where I send you emails based on where you're at in this process of what to do and what to expect. 1, how to narrow down the homes that you want to go look at physically. 2, what to look for specifically in that home. 3, knowing what type of offer that we should submit. At the end of the day, this is 100% your decision, and I respect that that's your decision. I am a professional. I will always tell you what I professionally think that you should do, but that does not mean that you should do what I say you should do. This is your life. This is your decision. So you do have to make these decisions. I've had clients say, Jenny, we will do whatever you want us to do. That's more weight on me. So it's actually better if you want to make the decisions for yourself. If you want to, short yourself change of certain situations, then that makes my job a lot easier. But if you want to rely 100% on me, I put a lot more time and effort into it to saying, I want to make sure that my clients are getting their best deal in this situation. I have lost commission over that. I have fought long and hard for under contract situations, negotiating through the seller's agent, lenders, through the title, through the inspectors, through the appraiser. I am the one in the hub handling all of that. And if none of that even makes sense to you, then let's chat and talk about actually hiring a real estate agent. Then from there, you also have what's called the escrow phase, preferred inspectors that would come in, talk about it, negotiate it. That's a cash out of pocket. I explain all of this to you before you even decide to hire an inspector to inspect the home, talk about what the appraiser and what you could expect from having an appraiser coming in. I've had a lot of my buyers lately get instant cash value in their properties through the appraisal than when the original offer was put in, which means they moved in saying the home was more expensive than what they bought it for, because that's what I do as a real estate agent. I can't guarantee anything, but I'm definitely fighting for your best interests as a real estate agent. And if I haven't sold you out yet on how to find the right house for you and knowing what areas you should live in, just get in touch. Let's have a conversation and just get things started. I'm not a pushy agent. I am someone who totally respects the journey of where people are at. If you don't want to hire me, that's fine. I have had plenty of people not hire me and not use my services in the game of sales. I've had plenty of people choose other realtors over me, and then I watch the story uncrumble and I'm like, I would have done it a little bit differently, but that was their decision, and I don't throw it in their face that, they probably could have gotten a better situation out of the listing of their home, or they probably could have saved a lot more money in buying that home, because I know what to do. I'm the professional. So there's a link down there below. Get in touch with me and let's have this conversation. See you guys next time.